Yo, what's up guys? It's your boy Dr. D's. We are back with another video. So today we're going to be defeating Gear Dungeon 1 Stage 10, and I'm doing it a different way than my usual strategy. My usual strategy is VIERNA, but someone said, yo D's, can you do a strategy without VIERNA and also without a topside unit? When I say topside unit, ideally we would want someone like A1 AERIS. Someone who can reach the back. I mean, AERIS is honestly the best option for that. He could just reach the back and he could booty clap like no other. He's an absolute beast. Or even A1 VALK, A1 Lubu. I've never tried Lubu for that stage, or for this stage I should say, but if you get him to A1, he does get that extra increased range, and I'm sure he would do fantastic. So we're not doing any top units that, well, fighter units that can reach the back. We're actually going to be swapping out Zaris and also Honora. So those are going to be the two that I'm going to be swapping out. Then we also have Malvira. Malvira is kind of important for this strategy, mainly because, by the way, I'll go over the builds after, but I just wanted to go over this first. When you hit her ultimate, she increases her block by 3. If you have a Bastion ring on her, that means that she'll have 7 block. There's going to be 8 units coming down. She'll be able to block 7 of them. That means only 1 of them will be on Magda. So I will go over the builds after. Let me just show you guys the strategy right now. And I will say that you do have to build certain heroes a certain way. And when I say a certain way, I mean with HP, because without the HP, they're going to die. I learned that the hard way. I kept wiping and then I'm like, okay, I got to change it up a little bit. Then I added a little HP to give them a little bit more survivability, but we'll go over all that in the end. And the main thing that you guys need to know about this is the boss, the insatiable blood mistress. She will be dealing damage to all enemies with this Crimson Moon, and it hurts. It hurts, guys. And also she has the Empress's Banquet, and this basically makes it to where you need an anti-heal, or if you wanted to go a different strategy, you could just slow them all down with like Greed or somebody, but I'm actually using an anti-heal, which is going to be Artemis, Then we're also using Beelzebub for the inspiration, and also he applies crowd controls with slow and sucks them in and all that good stuff. So he's a beast for this. Honestly, one of the best when you're using an inspiration hero, especially if you're using a cultist team. Cultist team is my go-to for Gear Dungeon 1, Gear Raid 1. I mean, you can't beat it. You can't beat a cultist team. They are absolutely overpowered for these 2 stages, but let me go ahead and show you guys how to do this. All right, guys, so we're going to start with Malvira. Malvira? Yeah, Malvira. I was thinking, was it Malriva or Malvira? Of course, it's Malvira. We're going to start with Malvira. Then let's go ahead and lay down our Magda. So keep in mind, Magda, during her ultimate, it just lasts so long, so we have to time her ultimate perfectly, okay? Then we're going to, at the very end, we're going to have Morrigan as a little extra insurance, just to buy us a little bit of time. So I'll show you guys exactly what I mean. Then what we're going to do is we're going to lay down Beelzebub. The cool thing about Beelzebub is he has this long range, right? And he's also going to be slowing the units down. This also allows it to where Magda can get her ultimate back quicker. Okay, we need her to get her ultimate back quicker. The longer we hold them behind Malvira, the better chances we get Magda's ultimate back a lot faster, right? So now we're going to wait for it. We're going to wait for it, and what we're going to do right here is, okay, wait for it. Let's go ahead and drop down our Artemis. So we're going to drop Artemis right here, and we're going to lay him downward, all right? And then hold it. It's funny. You see Beelzebub, how his health goes all the way down to 1 HP. I got it. I don't know. I got the perfect build on him HP wise to where he only goes down to 1 HP and he survives. And that's okay because he's never going to get targeted, because the only people that would target him are going to be these archers, but Malvira's in the front, so they target Malvira first. She pulls the aggro, which makes it a beautiful thing. All right, and then right when we get 17 costs, we're going to lay down Hollow. So one thing that I will say is, okay, we got 17 costs. Let's go ahead and lay out Hollow. Right when they get in range, I'm gonna give it a couple seconds. We're going to go ahead and pop Magda's ultimate. Like I said, Magda's ultimate, it lasts 30 seconds. For 30 seconds, guys. That's a long ultimate. Beautiful for Gear Raid 1 terrible for Gear Dungeon 1 just because she takes so long to get it back just because it lasts for 30 seconds. So we'll make do with what we got. But if you pop her ultimate right here, someone does have to be in range, unfortunately. But if you pop her ultimate right here, you should be able to cycle it for the next mob that comes in. Then the last one will be a little tricky, but we'll get to that. We'll get to that. All right. So what we're going to do right here. Let's go ahead and pop. Let's pop Beelzebub. Let's pop Artemis, and let's go ahead and pop. Here, hang on. Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it. Let's pop Malvira. But then let's go ahead and lay out Numera. So any single target, it doesn't matter if it's single target, well, actually, preferably a single target or even an AoE magic damage fighter. That's who you're going to lay here. Any magic damage fighter should work, You just need to make sure they do enough damage to these little gargoyles that come out. They are heavy armor, so you need magic damage. Okay, let's wait for it. Let's hold it. Oh, I was supposed to pop Hollow's ultimate. And right when we get enough rage or cost for our girl Elowen, we're going to go ahead and drop her down. Boom. The beautiful thing about Elowen is her, what's it called? Her rage regen, it restores everybody. Not only people in her range, it restores everybody, which is something that's going to be key, because what do we need? We need Magda to get her ultimate back faster, just because the ultimate lasts for 30 gosh dang seconds. All right, so now let's wait for it. Let's wait for it. So the beautiful thing about using Zarus is his burst damage is next to none. He's got the booty clapper 3000 son, and don't you ever forget it. Watch these guys absolutely get melted right here. Oh my goodness, it's a thing of beauty. I don't even have to hit his ultimate. I don't even have to hit his ultimate. Oh my goodness. Dunzo, dunzo. Okay, so now what we're going to do is let's go ahead, let's hit Malvira, let's hit our Artemis. And then I still think it's funny how Beelzebub goes right down to 1 HP every single time, but he survives. That's the main thing. He survives. He's a survivor. And then we're going to pop Magda's ultimate. Boom. Yes, sir. Yes. 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 That's what I'm talking about right there, baby. That's what I'm talking about right there. So with these archers coming down, there's 2 of them coming down. The second one that comes down, you're going to wait for him to get to this block right here, and he's going to kind of cut the corner, and then we're going to lay Honora down. Make sure to do that immediately, because we want Honora to get her ultimate back fast enough, or excuse me, for her to get her ultimate fast enough for her to kill these guys at the top, and then also before the next set of archers come out, because they will ultimately kill her. So let's go out and pop Numera. Look at that, Numera, bam, bam, let's go, let's go. Okay, so the archers are coming down. Beelzebub does kind of slow them down, which kind of sucks, but okay, second one, there we go. They both hit the corner. Now we can go ahead and lay out Honora. Okay, and then what we're going to do right here is let's go ahead and pop Honora's ultimate right when we get it. Boom, yes, we like all that damage. We like all that damage she's doing. Okay, then now we're playing the waiting game. Right after Honora claps these last 2, we're going to withdraw her. Let's go ahead and hit Numera's ultimate right here. Boom. She'll take care of them. Okay, withdraw. And we're going to hit Artemis. We're going to hit Beelzebub. Let's go ahead and hit Malvira. And then hit Magda right when she gets it. Boom. Okay, and then hit our Hollow. And then lay down Zarus. So right here, we're going to pop Zarus' ultimate right when we get it. Boom. Let him booty clap right there. And this is going to be very, very tricky, all right? We got to get the timing down correctly right here. Okay, hang on. Hurry up, Zarus. Kill him. Kill him. Okay, he killed him. Boom. Now lay down our Morgan. We're going to lay her this way. Okay, go ahead and hit that. Go ahead and hit that. And also hit our Beelzebub. Boom. And then hit Hollow right when we get the ultimate. Hit our Numera. Then let's go ahead and lay down a Wood Elf. Make sure our Magda does not die. Perfect, perfect. So now what we're going to do right here, let's go ahead and hit our Magda, and she's going to go ahead and delete these guys. Okay, so now what we're going to do is let's go ahead and let's withdraw. Hang on, where's she at? Where's she at? Oh, shoot. Withdraw Morrigan, lay down our Honora. Boom. They're going to take care of these guys down at the bottom. Go and suck them in. And then what we're going to do right here is Honora's going to go ahead and delete these guys. Boom, we hit Honora's ultimate. And that is how we do it. That is how we do it, you know? Without A1 AERIS, without A1 VALK, shoot, what's her name? Oh god, I'm having a brain fart. Silas's wife, what's her name? VIERNA. Jesus. But you know, it's a beautiful thing. It is a beautiful thing. So now let me show you guys the damage. And you know, there's a lot of people that doesn't have, you know, the right heroes, right? Every strategy I see is always with a VIERNA. So no VIERNA, and then also not having Artemis A1, Lubu A1, or VALK A1 is pretty nice. It's pretty nice. This will be a strategy for people that don't have those heroes and they happen to have these heroes. But you know, people are replaceable. It's not like all these units are irreplaceable, but you do need some of them. So Magda, of course, is going to lead the charge. She did 55 million damage. And then we got my boy Zaris, 21 million. Honora was right behind him with 20 million. You know, these guys, peanut butter and jelly. You just put them at the top. They absolutely delete everything. Look at Malvira. Malvira did 14 million damage. Not bad. Not bad. I'll show you guys how to build her right after this. And then even Beelzebub, he did a little bit of damage. 11 million, close to 12 million. And then we got only 4 million from Numera, but she did what she needed to do. She just took out the 2 gargoyle units each time they came down, you know, and all it takes is 4.7 million damage, almost 4.7 million damage. Not bad. Not bad. It's funny. Artemis did more damage than our Numera. That's pretty funny. Okay, so now let's go over the builds. We're going to start with Morrigan. Morrigan's build didn't really matter. I honestly just threw this on her. In a perfect world, I would have sacrificed some attack speed for some rage regen just to get her ultimate back faster. But, you know, that's Morrigan's build right there. Again, it doesn't really matter. I have her exclusive, but like I said, it doesn't really matter. The star of the show here, let's go to Magda next. This is how we built Magda. Very important. I had to put more HP on her because she wasn't surviving. That last wave that came out, she was actually dying when he was doing his AoE attack. So I just added a little bit more HP, and then, you know, we focused on the essentials, right? With a little bit of rage regen. I before the build was less HP and more rage regen, but when she kept dying, I was like, okay, I got to change something, right? So more HP, the better, but you also need to focus on the essentials, which is attack speed, crit rate, and crit damage. And then, of course, we're going to have the Eye of Sin. You should always use the Eye of Sin when you're using Magda. Hands down the best artifact for her. And then let's go to Malvira. So Malvira actually pumped out some damage. You just want to do as much HP as possible because her damage is based off of HP, which is really cool for a tank unit, right? And then Unshaken Will is actually a beautiful set for her, mainly because when deployed, HP plus 20%, when attacked, recovers 5% max HP. But the main thing is that HP plus 20%, right? I wanted to get as much damage as I could out of her. And also HP just gives her survivability. We also gave her a little bit of defense. Everything else, I mean, it doesn't really matter. Rage regen's good, right? 64%. If you could get her crit rate to 100%, I'm sure that would increase her damage. But the main thing for me is just having her survive and doing enough damage while surviving. Then we put the Bastion Ring. Bastion Ring is very, very important because you need her to black off 7 units. If 2 units get through, they're going to kill Magda. Only unless, I mean, you could do a different strategy where you put down Constance and you put down Magda. Then you just go ahead and demolish them that way. You could do that. But with this strategy that I'm using, you definitely, you kind of need Malvira. She's kind of essential for this just because of her high block. Then we got my boy Zaris. So Zaris, just make sure he's in a booty clapping one. Since we was laying him down just for a little bit and then withdrawing him, I didn't put him in Soulbound Arcana. I actually put him in some Ageless Wrath. But these are the stats right here. A booty clapping set for a booty clapper himself. And then we also got the Tear of Twilight. Let's go. And then we got a Nora. Oh, by the way, hang on. I'm getting ahead of myself. Zarus was dying. He was dying, so I put a little bit. He actually had almost 0 HP, well, additional HP. So I added a little bit of HP, and then he was able to survive. So 7,910, and I also swapped out Beelzebub. So originally I had it like this, and he kept dying, but when he goes into here, he's good to go. He's good to go, all right? So also I needed a little bit extra damage out of him, so I needed him on this Lord skill. And then we got a Nora. So here's a Nora. I have her in the Cataclysm. And then these are her stats. I mean, just the essentials, right? Attack, attack speed, crit rate, crit damage. Then we got the Scepter of Impiety. The Scepter of Impiety on her. And then we come down here, we got Elowen. So Elowen's build isn't like anything too crazy, right? Just some HP. You need some attack speed, healing effect, rage regen, and a little bit of attack, right? But you could get by with almost any build as long as you build her halfway decent. She should be able to heal. We're mainly using her for the rage regen and also to heal up Numera. But I mean, Numera just needs a little bit of healing, right? And then we got the Golden Scarab on her. And then we come down here. Here's Numera. Numera's build honestly doesn't really matter. Just put her in something decent, right? We got Infernal Roar, and these are the stats right here. And then we also put her in the Shattered Hilt. Then we have Hollow. So this is the same build I've had on Hollow forever. It works beautifully for me. Since she has single target healing, we want a little attack speed on her. And then we got attack, healing effect, and rage regen. And then her artifact is the Golden Scarab. And then we got Artemis. I mean, honestly, you can build Artemis any which way. It doesn't really matter. We're not really using him to heal. We're mainly using him for his anti-heals, and he did a little bit of damage too. So, you know, this is how I have him built, but you can honestly build him however. I kind of like Mana Spring for him because I do want him to get his ultimate back quicker, and maybe a little rage regen, but go ahead, read him and weep. Also, you need a little bit of HP because you need him to survive, right? Then right here, the artifact, I actually have the Euphoric Orb. Okay, I used my copy that's not even upgraded, but that's the artifact we have on him. Then last but not least, we have Beelzebub. So I had to make Beelzebub. So since I moved Beelzebub out of the Morrigan Lord skill, he was actually dying. So I added a little bit of HP, but I also made sure to have attack because we need him to inspire. That inspiration is based off of his attack, so we want his attack to be as high as possible, but then I also needed to add in some HP. I was actually close to 10,000 attack, but I sacrificed some of it just to get the HP up a little bit. So let me show you guys the exact 19,672. This will get him to 1 HP. Just get him that high with his HP and you'll be good. And then, yeah, this is the set I have on him, and his artifact is going to be his exclusive, but that's all we got for tonight's video. Let me know if you guys have any questions. Hit me up in the comments. Definitely looking forward to it. But you guys have a great rest of your night, and thank you for making it to the end.